1888. That's 123 years ago. It's back in Missouri on the banks of the Mississippi River. And a bunch of guys work on this farm. And the farm backs right up to the bank of the Mississippi River and drops 200 feet straight down into the river. And these guys work out there all day long with horses and mules and Fresno scrapers and plows and cultivators. And there's 38 of them work on this ranch. And they feed them real good. Red and white checkered tablecloth every night, roast beef, spaghetti, jug of wine in front of everybody, loaf of bread. So they come in and they're washing up for dinner. And this one guy, he had two problems. He stuttered real bad, and he had a glass eye. So he's washing up and everything, and this guy next to him says, Henry, hey, Henry. Henry looks at him and he says, what? He says, Henry, what do you got all over your glass eye? So he just reached up and he took out his glass eye and he's looking at it and he says, well, he says, I'll tell you. He says, that's horse shit. He says, horse shit, Henry. How do you get horse shit on your glass eye? Well, he says, I was plowing with Nell out there on that 40 acres. And he says, I'd put that plow right in the furrow and I'd tell that old mule, get up now. And she'd go right down to the end of that furrow. And I said, well, whoa, Nell. And then I said, well, back up, Nell. And she'd back up. And we'd back up right to the bank of the river. And he said, then I'd put the plow on the other furrow, and I said, get up now. And she'd go right down to the end of that furrow, and I'd say, well, whoa now. And he said, she's the top. He said, Henry, how'd you get the horse shit on your glass eye? He said, I'm telling you. He says, well, then I say, back up now. And she would back up. And she back up right to the bank of that river. And he said, I'd say, well, whoa now. He said, but she wouldn't to top. So he said, I started pushing on the plow, and she kept backing up. He says, Henry, how you get the horse shit on your glass eye? I'm telling you, he said, so she kept backing up. I'm looking at the river down there, and she kept backing up. And he said, I keep pushing as hard as I can, but she kept backing up and backing up. And he said, finally, I got so scared. He says, I just reach up, and he said, I took out the glass eye, and he said, I stuck it in her ass and said, you better look where you're going back here.